Hello students, this lesson is another lesson on compositions of functions, but this time it's going to be compositions that have variables. So here are the functions that we're going to use. We're going to use f of x equals x plus 2, g of x equals negative 2x, and h of x equals x squared plus x. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to find, for example 1, we're going to find f of g of x. Okay, so what this means is that you're taking the g of x function and you're plugging it into the f function. Okay, well, our g of x function is negative 2x, and we're going to plug it in to the f function for x. Okay, so here's what it's going to look like. You're taking the negative 2x and you're putting it in place of the x. And then you'll continue on with the f function by adding 2. Okay? Now, if there's any simplifying that you would need to do, then you would go ahead and do that, but these cannot get combined because they're not like terms, so you just keep them separate. So the answer would just be negative 2x plus 2. Okay, well, let's look at another example. Okay, so this time we're going to take g of f of x. Okay, so we're taking the f of x function and we're putting it into the g function for x. So my f of x function, I can just write it in here. My f of x function is x plus 2. Okay, so I'm going to take that and I'm going to plug it in for the x value in my g function. So it's going to look like this. I'm going to have negative 2. But then in place of x, I'm going to put the x plus 2. Okay, and then now you'd want to go ahead and distribute the negative 2, and from here you're just cleaning it up. So I'd have negative 2x minus 4, and that would be my final answer. Okay, let's look at example 3. We're using the same functions, the f of x, the g of x, and the h of x. So for example 3, we want to find h of f of x. Okay, so again, I'm taking my f of x function and I'm going to plug it into my h function. So I'm going to have h of the x plus 2, because that's what my f function is. Okay, so we're going to plug in x plus 2 into the x in the h function. Alright, so here's what we're going to have. We're going to have the x plus 2, and we're going to square that, because again, I'm just plugging it in here for my x. And then I'm going to have another plus x plus 2. Okay, so this is x squared plus x for my h of x function. Okay, so now we just are going to need to clean it up. So just remember that when you have x plus 2 quantity squared, that's really x plus 2 times x plus 2, so you're going to have to use FOIL or use the box. And then we're going to add an x plus 2 after we've multiplied. Okay, so using the FOIL or box, x plus 2 times x plus 2 is x squared plus 4x plus 4, and then we're going to add the x and the 2. Okay, so collect your like terms. The 4x and the x can get added, and the 4 and the 2 can get added. So we're going to have x squared, 4x plus x is 5x, and then 4 plus 2 is 6. And that would be your final answer. Okay, let's do one more example, and then on the next example I'm going to have you do it and submit your answer in the whisk. Okay, so we have h of g of x. So we're going to take our g of x and we're plugging it into our h. So we've got h of our g of x is negative 2x, and so we're going to put that in for the x in h. Okay, so we're going to have negative 2x squared plus negative 2x. Okay, so negative 2x squared would be a positive 4x squared. And then we just have plus a negative 2x. Well, we could write that as minus 2x. And that's as far as we can go because these are not like terms and therefore they're going to stay like that. Okay? Now, on the one that I want you to do is this one. You're going to do f of x. Okay? So see if you can do this one and then submit your answer on the whisk. And I will see you in class tomorrow.